Hey you guys! So in today's video, I wanted to sit down and talk to you about holiday gift sets, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Last year, I did a video where I kind of broke down what to look for when you're shopping for any holiday set. And this year, I thought I would actually go through some of the more popular ones that I see, tell you the ones I recommend, and the ones that I would stay away from. Before we get started, I want you guys to keep in mind that this year has been really rough on a lot of us, particularly in the financial sense. So do not feel pressured to buy presents this year at all if it's not feasible for you. Truly, the best thing you can do to show others that you care about them is just to tell them anyway. So do not make poor financial decisions, preferably any holiday season, but I would say particularly this one. But if you are going to be buying gifts for others or even for yourself, I hope this video helps you navigate which ones are the most bang for your buck. So I just want to say something really quick. I will leave a timestamp down below if you don't want to listen to this, but this time last year, almost to the day, I filmed almost this exact same type of video, and it was actually 2 days before Thanksgiving, which it is now. And 2 days before Thanksgiving last year, I got the call that my mother's health had taken a turn for the worse and we needed to come say our goodbyes. I cannot believe it has already been almost a year since I lost my mother. And I just wanted to thank everybody who has been so supportive and so kind to me this year. I haven't really been on YouTube. I've just been trying to heal and get through it. Feel a lot better now than I did, obviously, this time last year. But a lot better than I have in a really long time. And a big part of that comes down to the support and love that you guys have given me. You've really inspired me to give everything I have back to you. And I really hope I get to do that in 2021. Before we get started, make sure you check the down bar for links to all my social media platforms. Subscribe if you are new. You know that you want to. And if you're not new, hey, what's up? How's your mom and him? And yeah, let's just get started. So jumping right in, I want to talk about 2 hair gift sets that I think are particularly interesting and I would personally buy either for myself or someone else because I think it's just a great deal. The first one is this one from Amica. I think I'm saying that correctly. It is the New York Minute Hair Blow Dryer Brush Set. It comes with 2 of Amica's best-selling styling products and this round brush thing. I recently picked one of these up from Revlon and I actually featured it in my favorites video that I did a couple of videos back. It is one of the best beauty investments I have literally ever made. It's one of those things that I'm shouting from the rooftops. Everybody needs this. I cannot attest to whether this particular one from Amica is any better or any worse. I'm going to assume at this price point it must be a little bit better, whatever that means. The Revlon one that I have is about 50 bucks, and this gift set, like I said, is I don't know if I said it actually, it's $100, and again, you get the 2 full-sized Amica hairstyling products and a device, and overall, I'm always going to tell you guys that devices are like the best thing to spend your money on with like sales or gifts because you can't run out of it. You won't have to replace it, hopefully. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So I think this one's pretty decent. And the next one that I think is pretty good is this Dry Bar Mix and Mingle Interchangeable Styling Iron Kit. This one retails for $200 and they're saying it's a $287 value, which really quick, let me touch on this. I talked about this in my last video and I had lots of people who work in marketing, lots of people who work for beauty brands and things of that nature confirmed what I assumed to be true, which was that this kind of like value that companies assign to their gift set. So for example, this is $199 and Dry Bar is saying this is a $287 value. Apparently, and it just stands to reason, that $287 value thing really doesn't mean anything. The company themselves gets to assign that value. And you always have to remember, companies aren't sitting around like, you know what? 'Tis the season to give shit away. So even though this is supposed to be worth $300, out of the kindness of our heart, we're going to drop it down to $2. Like, no, that's not happening. And like I said, I had lots and lots of people who work in this type of industry confirm that it's very, very arbitrary and doesn't actually mean anything at all. So I wouldn't get too fixated on that number, that perceived value thing that they throw on it. Pay more attention to like full-size things. The more things that you can get that contain at least one full size, I think is a great rule of thumb. Or, like the case with this Dry Bar thing, you have a device a hairbrush, 2 hair clips, a full-size product, and 3 little products for $200. I think that is astronaut a great deal. And I've used a lot of Drybar's products personally. I like everything that I've used. So this is a gift I would give, or maybe just get to myself. You know what I'm saying? This was something that was brought up in my video last year about gift sets that I really didn't touch on, and I would like to touch on today. And that is perfume gift sets, particularly the ones from Sephora that come with all of the different fragrance options, kind of like the samples, and also you get a voucher in it that is redeemable for a full-size fragrance of your choice. To me, that is a great deal, especially because if you are trying to get a gift for someone else and you don't know what kind of perfume they like. For example, my sister wants perfume for Christmas this year. I wouldn't even begin to know what to get her, but I can get her a sampler. She can pick what she wants, and then she has the gift card in the box to go purchase whichever one that she likes. And especially right now where it's really difficult to go to stores and like smell different fragrances and figure out which one you enjoy, perfume samplers are amazing for that. And the ones that I particularly have my eyes on, this one from Replica, I have tried one fragrance from Replica. It wasn't my favorite, but tons of people are always recommending this particular perfume brand. So this would be something I would be interested in just so I can get a feel for the brand. Again, I can't go in and sniff around and pick it out that way. They actually have 2 Replica gift sets on Sephora right now. This one for $35 is nice, and the one for $68 I think is something I would prefer because they're more like deluxe sizes of fragrances. You can test them out a little bit longer, and they're just adorable. Such a sucker for miniature versions of products. It's not even funny. Like those little you know, those little cooking videos that people cook in a mini kitchen. I love that shit. It's so cool. So next I want to talk about skincare gift sets. Skincare is huge right now. I feel like we have seen a huge transition in the beauty space from this kind of obsession to makeup and more skincare, hair care, things of that nature. That's what the market reports are saying as well. And while I love skincare and things like that, I just think it's tricky to gift to people. So in this type of a situation, I think something like K-Beauty sheet mask sets, things like that, probably would be a great idea because K-Beauty in general is a little more gentle and yet effective and yet also very, very budget friendly. So K-Beauty, SoCo Glam, websites like that is what I recommend more than anything, but I tried to keep it to whatever like the magazines were considering the best gift sets out there and or what I found on Sephora. So I didn't really get into much about K-Beauty, but that's just food for thought. Now, a couple of sets that I have in front of me that I have thoughts about. The first one is this one from First Aid Beauty. It's called the All That Fab kit. It retails for $49. First Aid Beauty is one of those brands that I think almost anyone would appreciate or enjoy, but I would say probably better suited for the teens or at least the novices in skincare because their whole thing is kind of gentle skincare. It's not a whole lot of heavy, harsh, active. So I think it's great for people who are just getting their feet wet with it or want to transition from drugstore to something a little bit higher end. And First Aid Beauty is still really budget friendly even so. And in this particular one, you get 5 things. 4 of them are full size, and they're kind of like the best sellers, most popular items from the line. It has the Ultra Repair Cream Intensive Hydration, great product. It has the Facial Radiance Pad. I'm a big fan of those type of exfoliating pads. My personal favorite come from Obagi, but these are probably nice as well. I've heard good things about them. Comes with the cleanser. It comes with a lip therapy, and it also has a brightening eye cream. So this is a great gift set. I actually might get this exact one for my sister. You better not be watching this, you little bee. But I think this is a great, great, great example of a super high value gift set because again, you're paying $50 for 4 full size things from this brand. I think that's awesome. Now, there are 2 other gift sets that I almost recommend more than anything, and that's simply because I particularly do not gravitate towards a lot of Sephora skincare. There are a few things here and there that I enjoy, but I would have to say my personal favorite skincare, the things I get the most results from are either medical grade. I'm saying this because a lot of people have tried to tell me that there is no difference between medical grade and over the counter. I disagree. I've seen lots of literature that says otherwise, but we're going to call it medical grade skincare. And I also, again, really love K-Beauty. Now, about the medical grade, dermstore.com has at least two different skincare sets that are out there right now that kind of have the kind of bestseller, top favorites on Dermstore, and Dermstore carries a lot of medical grade skincare, like I said. So the anti-aging regimen, whatever, features the Is Clinical Cleansing Complex, which is very, very popular from them. The Ulta MD UV Daily Broad Protection SPF, very popular sunscreen, well loved. HA5 from Skin Medica. You got a few serums from SkinCeuticals and Is Clinical. You got some Obagi in there. Like, it's a nice set, period. I think so. I would love this, and this is something I would love to give to someone who likes skincare but has maybe really never seen the benefits of something like an Obagi, an Is Clinical, or a Skin Medica. Then they have another one that is the Hydrating Regimen. How do you say that word? It's got some things from Lancer. We have some more Is Clinical, Aven, more Obagi, PCA Skin, just some really good solid brands that, because they're not advertised necessarily on beauty YouTube and you won't really find them in department stores or Sephora, they're not quite as like glitz and glam. And maybe someone in your life loves skincare but hasn't tried this type of stuff yet. I would recommend. Really, really good little kit. Now, there is one kit I found, like I told you when I was searching like top best beauty gift sets on the market right now, that kind of made me laugh and I wanted to talk about it. This is the winter kit from Dr. Barbara Sturm. I never want to say that right. This thing retails for $265. I'm just going to say this. I have seen so many videos about Dr. Sturm, particularly as it pertains to her facials. She is world renowned. I would love to experience a facial from Dr. Barbara Sturm. It would be a dream come true. I'm sure my skin would be angelic and beautiful and all of the things. However, there's no way I would pay the amount of money that she charges for her skincare. It's a big celebrity favorite, and I gotta say, I really only see celebrities talking about the skincare line. I'm not saying that it wouldn't work at all. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. More expensive does not always equal better, and I kind of feel like Dr. Barbara Sturm's line is kind of emblematic of that, particularly this little tiny gift set with tiny little samples that's $300. It's just a little too rich for my blood. I can't justify it even if I had the funds. I don't really know. This is an example of a skincare set I would pass on. 2020 has definitely been a very strange year, and we've seen lots of brands kind of have to adapt their usual sales tactics and product launches to work in the world that we live in now. And I have to say, one of the things that I don't even want to say I'm tickled by, but I couldn't help but notice, we'll say that this year, Tarte and Too Faced have decided not to put out their monstrously tacky, fugly holiday collections that they do every year. I mean, they're still putting some of them out, but they're not the huge, giant, like, trash candy that they end up being come December 26th, because Too Faced does this worse. They have done like full-blown, like almost cardboard doll houses that are just so ridiculous and just not practical at all. Like, they're cool in theory when you see them on display at Ulta or Sephora, but when you get them home, what are you going to do with a dollhouse made out of eyeshadow? Like, absolutely nothing. They're still doing it, and of course, Too Faced is going to make it about food. So they have the Cinnamon Bear makeup set. I don't think makeup and food, like, I don't really get it anyway. But I particularly don't see why cinnamon bears. Like, where are you guys getting this stuff from? And then they have two more sets. There is the Foxy Naturals makeup set, and I can't see what this other one is. It's just a fox, because why? They just pick random stuff. I don't know, girl. I am not a fan of this stuff, and what I'm about to say will apply to both Tarte and Too Faced, but let me get Tarte's little offering off the table as well. For Tarte, they are doing the Tartelette Give, Gift, and Get Amazonian Clay Eyeshadow Wardrobe. I guess they're calling it that because you buy this box with 3 eyeshadow palettes and you can keep one, give one, whatever. And then they're also doing the same thing with their blushes. Now, this is true for a lot of gift sets that come out around the holidays. I find it to be particularly true with Tarte and Too Faced. And the reviews on these products so far only solidify this for me. A lot of times when you see brands, MAC used to do this, I don't know if they do it so much anymore, when they release their holiday gift sets, they're not made in the same factories or with necessarily the same formula that the brands like high performing best selling products usually are made with and from. So in the case of Tarte, for example, their Amazonian clay blushes are really, really nice. Same thing with their eyeshadow formulas. But per the reviews on this website and what I know to be true from experience, it's probably not the same quality at all of the full-size regular products that you get from those brands. So be aware of that before you go buying all these things. I would say that if you're interested in getting somebody in your life a item from Too Faced or an item from Tarte, you're better off just getting them one solid eyeshadow palette that's tried, tested, and true, and they will get lots and lots of use out of. This idea of like more is always better. Why buy you one palette for the price of $49, which is about how much a Tarte eyeshadow palette costs anyway, when I can get you 3 little ones? Like, it's just kind of that trick we play on ourselves. Go for a single one and go for the better one over these gift sets, particularly from Tarte and Too Faced. Just my opinion. Actually, it's not even just my opinion. Some of this is a fact. I'm going to advise you against it based on my opinion of the situation. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? So there are a few sets out there right now that I looked at immediately and I was like, yep, this is what I would give and or love to get. So a good example of this is the Peter Thomas Roth Made to Mask set. Going back to skincare sets, like I said before, a skincare routine, actives in the skincare routine, it's just kind of hard to pick for another person, but everybody love a mask. Everybody can get some use out of a mask. Peter Thomas Roth in particular, some people love his masks. I've tried a few. I really enjoy them. And this set, retailing for $58, has 4 of the best-selling masks. Why can't I say that word? That Peter Thomas Roth offers. You have the pumpkin enzyme one, the gold one, the charcoal one, and the soothing one. This is a great, great gift for kind of the pamper, need a night in kind of friend that you have. My best friend Jackie, she likes to have Jackie nights where she sits home and does skincare and colors, and this is something I could give her, and I know she would love it and get so much use out of. The next one is the Benefit Magnificent Brow Show. This is the full-size eyebrow value set. I'm assuming that means everything in this kit is full size. Again, that's what we're looking for. We're trying to get things that have at least one full-size item in it. Even better if there are several full-size in it. This has the pomade. It looks like there is a brow gel, 2 different brow pencils, and the Benefit Gimme Brow. I've tried almost everything Benefit has for brow stuff. All of it is super solid. Everybody wants them wow brows. Great gift idea. Highly, highly, highly recommend something like this for the beauty lover in your family. Next is, I hate the name of this. You already know I'm going to be mad about this name. This is the Fresh Self-Care Masking Set. Kind of piggybacking on what I said about the Peter Thomas Roth one. Just some really nice masks. I love the Fresh masks. In fact, this is the Fresh Black Tea Instant Perfecting Mask. I've been picking away at this guy all year. I think I bought it back in April or March. She's almost gone. It is a beautiful, it smells good. It's so luxurious. Even this like marble thing is beautiful. I just love Fresh for their skincare. It's probably not the brand I'm going to use when I want to see like impactful things happening, but I enjoy it. I've had good experiences. And this masking set, especially because it comes with this one, I would definitely see myself gifting this to someone like my mom. Honestly, if she was still with us, I think she would love this one. So really, really would enjoy this particular one myself. More with the Peter Thomas Roth. You guys can tell there's a theme to the type of gifts I would want to get. This is the full-size Hydrogel Patch Party. These are those little eye patches you see people doing on like Instagram and stuff. It helps with depuffing, brightening, things of that nature. These are full sizes again, and it retails for $75. And I think the Peter Thomas Roth gold eye patches by themselves might be roughly $75 to $80. And in this case, you get 3 of them. Great, great deal. And then lastly, for something super affordable, but I think everybody would love, is this Wet Date Night Styling Kit. If you do not have a wet brush, or if you have someone in your life who doesn't have one, you underestimate how much they will appreciate it. It's one of those kind of simple, basic beauty items that once you have it, you're like, how, by the beard of Zeus, did I get through a single moment in my life without this thing? It's so helpful. They're great. And these particular ones are beautiful. I don't know what it is about black and floral print on top of it. I love it. It's so my aesthetic. So these brushes are just stunning. So you have like 2 full-size ones and 1 travel brush. I think this is great. Something I would give my daughter for Christmas, and I know she would love it. Use it all year. Everybody needs and or wants a wet brush, I promise. They're basically like tangle brushes. Like if you're the type of person that when you go to brush your hair after the shower, it's just such an ordeal. This will glide through your hair. It won't rip it out. They're amazing. Definitely recommend. And the last thing I want to talk about, I don't know, I just kind of felt like being shady and sassy for a minute. And when I was on Ulta, I actually was searching for gift sets in particular, and this is what popped up. It does not look like a gift set or a gift to me at all, but it popped up when I searched gifts, and I got to talk about it because it's stupid. This is the Makeup Revolution and Friends makeup collab. You guys, when I first saw this, all I could think was like, people are still doing this. Like, people are still buying these like cash grabs, these obvious tacky pointless cash grabs. Now, Makeup Revolution in general, I don't know if I like that brand. Like, there's some products I've tried from them and that I've heard others try from them that they thought were super nice, but overall I just think they're gimmicky, and I don't know, it's just not for me personally. And this is a good example of what I mean. So there are 3 palettes that came in this collab. You have the lobster palette, because whatever. Then you have the, the purple one. I don't really know. The Open Door 3D shadow palette. Okay, so that's what that one's called. And then you also have the Take a Drive eyeshadow palette. So first things first, these palettes are hideous. Again, they look like kids' makeup. And this is just, I don't think I'm the target audience here personally, so I think it's kind of, it is what it is, you know what I mean? The lobster palette and the door palette, like, I don't understand how they're not the exact same palette. They look identical to me. And then when I actually zoomed in and kind of looked at the names of the eyeshadows themselves, I was like, y'all are tripping. Like, they phoned this in 110%. So even with the door palette, there's a color in it called Eggplant, and they assigned it to the pink shadow, and there's a purple shadow 2 spots down. Like, why? Why? That is so lazy to me. It just seems like they literally didn't even care if these shadow names and the colors made any sense whatsoever. There's a color on here called Monana, or maybe there's a typo or something like that, but this looks like it says Monana, and I don't know if they mean Mona from Friends, but I don't know who Monana is. That's an inside joke from the show that I am not familiar with anymore, apparently. On top of that, like I said, the lobster palette and the other one look so similar to me. It's not even funny. And then you get down to the stupid taxi cab palette, which in my opinion is the ugliest, least inspired one of them all. There's a silver color in here called Pizza. And you have a whole other palette that has like reds in it. Why wouldn't you call that one Pizza, or maybe like a crust color? Like, why silver? I don't know. I might be being a little nitpicky, but I already don't like these types of makeup releases anyway, but then it just looks like there was no thought put into it at all. I guess what I'm trying to get at, if you have a makeup fan in your family and you have a makeup fan who loves Friends in your family, she don't want this. Don't get her this. It's stupid. There's this meme that I saw on Facebook or something. I've been sharing it everywhere because it makes me laugh, and it's like those shitty bath care sets you find at like Walgreens, and it says, just an FYI, the women in your life do not want these. And that's the first thing I thought when I saw this Friends Makeup Revolution. Nobody wants this. Don't get it for your friends. If they are your friends, you won't give them this Friends stuff. I was trying to do something there. It got away from me. All right, guys, that is it for this holiday gift guide. These are at least the ones that stood out to me that I thought were particularly good, or in some cases particularly bad. But at the end of the day, as I said in the beginning of the video, the holiday season is really about kindness, giving to others in any way that you can. It does not have to be financially, monetarily, or in the form of a gift. Sometimes being there for the people in your life is so much more valuable and important, I would imagine, especially this year, than anything you could possibly order online for them. So just food for thought. I hope this video was entertaining, but at the end of the day, I do not mean to pressure or imply that gifts should be our priority right now. Anyway, but yeah, as always, like your little bedrooms, We just had our last November live stream, kind of wanted to get everyone together before the holiday and definitely talk about what we were grateful for. We talked about gratitude and the importance of it on our last live stream. It was a great conversation. I left feeling so inspired and positive, which is honestly how I feel every time I have a live stream. I love my Patreon live streams so much. I know that I say that in every video, but it truly is this really close-knit group of women that we have built over there that really just keeps me going when I'm having a hard time. I feel truly like they're my friends. And if you're one of those people, you know I love you, and I just wanted to shout you out and let you know I'm very grateful for all of you, honestly, but definitely grateful for my Patreon live streamers. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe holiday, and I will catch you in the next one.